Welcome back, my friends, to TFT Hyper Roll with Autarch. And today we are going to explore something I consider a champ or chump build. It's where you take a risk on a headliner early in the game in the hopes that you can get them up to 3 stars and then build a team around them. It doesn't necessarily end with that particular champion leading everything, but they're going to carry the majority of the game. It's always a risk when you do something like this, so just keep that in mind. And here we go. Yasuo, as a headliner, either with true damage or edgelord, can be absolutely dominating. Or it could really ruin your game, because if you are not able to get a gold 3-star Yasuo, you're gonna be in trouble. And I'm so glad they have the individual augment rolls, because that way you get to see enough of them that you can get a pretty good idea of what will work. Inspiring Epitaph could have worked, but once I see return on investment, especially this early in the game, it's basically guaranteeing a tactician's crown later. You are also really hoping to get takedowns early with Yasuo, because he's going to gain 2% damage for each takedown. So every time someone is killed here, yeah, that's an additional 2% damage that will stack throughout the match. Key items for Yasuo are Titan's Resolve and Bloodthirster. But the reason I haven't put the chain vest on yet is because the Bloodthirster to me is more critical, and I don't want to get stuck if I get a sword not being able to put it on because I only have a chain vest. Now, our friend at Riot was very good to us, because we get a Negatron cloak and then we get our gold 3-star Yasuo, which is at 4-2. So we are very fortunate. We're hoping that means this is going to be champ and not chump. Now, I like to have Yasuo start from the side so that he doesn't pick up primary aggro, but one mistake I made here is that I didn't put an item on Yasuo, so I'm not getting his bling bonus, which is what comes with true damage, so he is not doing the automatic execute, and we end up losing this round. It's time for our second set of augments, and it's a quick choice for Pandora's items since they basically function the same at no matter what level, it's just what you get. For this level, you get a component. For the next level, you get a completed item. For the top one, you get a radiant item. But here, I'm able to make the Bloodthirster and now put the chain vest on as well and just wait for Pandora's items to give us the bow so we can make a Titan's Resolve. Now, even though Yasuo is getting Omnivamp as part of his headliner trait, I find that Bloodthirster essential for its additional shield, and the Titan's Resolve essential because it'll just make him bigger and stronger as we go. The edgelord trait does 2 things. It allows both additional attack speed and is what is allowing Yasuo to slide through people, so it's going to change the aggro a little bit. That enables him to just gain more and more and more power throughout the match. It is time for our final set of augments. I've got plenty of gold right now since I got the early Yasuo 3-star, so balanced budget isn't necessary. I decide to go with the portable forge and see what we can get. Nothing here really thrilling. I decide to go with the Anima Visage just so I can have a slightly tanky front line, which in reality, Echo is probably your strongest tank in this build. He is considered a magic tank champion in this, and since he's also true damage, he is adding to that trait. And what I did in the corner with Corki is I am creating my Kane item. Since he is an edgelord, I want to bring him in, and he is AP based, so I want to create good AP items for him. And if I don't make them now, then Pandora's items is going to change them. Meanwhile, Yasuo's still on his rampage. And because this is Scuttle Puddle, we get lots of items to choose from. We're going to go a little more tanky here just to get Echo a little stronger. The Ionic Spark should help out. Then we can finish off Akali with an Infinity Edge so she can be really strong as well. Finally, we have the items for Quicksilver, which is never a bad Viego item because it will increase attack speed and keep him from getting stunned. But the whole key to this mid-late game section is going to be Yasuo. If he hasn't powered up a lot, you're going to be in trouble. And you will see here, he has 295 damage with a 42% increase because of all the people he has killed. Another item choice, I'm just going to complete everything we need on Echo to just make him into the tank here. That is the goal, because you need to have a tank in the build, and in this case, it's really going to be Echo. We hit our return on investment just before going into this fight, so we don't have the extra player yet. Our goal is to get to the 6 true damage and 7 edgelord if we can pull that off, and with the additional player, we should be able to do that if we get all the right champions. Coming out of the NPC round, we did pick up Kayn. We transferred the items that were on Corki over to him. Now it's time to continue. We can go for a Giant Slayer or Infinity Edge for Viego, because we're about to get a second 2-star Viego, so he's getting pretty powerful. Hextech Gunblade is an excellent Kayn item, so Kayn is now complete. The only thing left that we need now is an additional Viego item, because we are now up to these 7 edgelords. We have picked up a Qiyana to use on stage 10, so that will give us 6 true damage, 7 edgelords, which it looks like we are going to need, because even against a ghost team, we get taken down here. So I want one more item for Viego to make him very strong, so I'm hoping this next item is going to be really killer for him. Nothing super fantastic, but Edge of Night will work because it will allow him to drop aggro and then get back into the fight. We're looking for additional Kayns and Viegos, and we get right there the gold 3-star Viego, which now hopefully will seal this game up. Here's the thing though, there are some 3-star forecasts that will steal a game. Karthus, Akali are 2 of them. Viego is not, because you can see even with 7 edgelords and a 3-star Viego, it's a tough fight, but enough to bring us into the top 4. And we get to 2-star our Qiyana, who can come into the game and give us the 6 true damage and 7 edgelords, which is what we wanted when we picked up edgelord Yasuo at the beginning of the match. Time for our final item choices, and we are looking for Qiyana items so that we can activate her bling bonus so that she might give us additional components going down the line. That's sort of how her bling bonus works. So she is AD, anything that will help AD will be good for her. We 2-star our Kayn and hope that this is enough to get through. And you will see in this fight that Qiyana's bling bonus immediately pays off. This team is pretty easy for us to get through at our current strength level, especially with that 3-star Viego. But notice we are picking up a bunch of additional items that can go on some of the champions. So a couple of comments about this fight. First, I landlocked my Viego so he didn't get right into it, but you would think that with a 3-star 4-cost Viego, you're pretty much guaranteed to win. But they have 2 3-star countries who are able to just tear through my team. But we are now going into sudden death with them at 16 and me at 2. The first thing I need to do is fix the mistake from before and make sure Viego is up front and he is going to get right into it because he's going to do the most damage. Yasuo can hang back a little bit because he is not as likely to do as much damage this late in the game, especially to a team that's going to throw a Hecarim in our face any second. And this goes back to sort of one of my complaints with this season is they have 16 health. I feel like they should be allowed more than one chance at this, where if I just get lucky and my placement is good, where in this case it was, and Viego is able to absolutely dominate the damage charts, win the game, but it's now over GG for everyone, but I'd be upset if I were them. In the end though, this comp is very strong. Use Yasuo early and mid, but be ready to have somebody else carry you through to the end. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have an absolutely awesome day.